Hey friends, welcome back to my channel or my podcast. Isa-Welly here. I'm so excited to have you here. This is the second episode of our series for well-being entrepreneurs. So I am Isa-Welly. I'm a business mentor and digital strategist for well-being practitioners that want to make more money online by creating group offers. And this series I specifically created for you to help you understand how to create your first offer, put it out there and start creating not only more impacts, but also more income and more freedom for yourself. So in this second class, I want to talk about number because this is something we really believe that a lot of well-being practitioners have, and they need to shift. Your audience, why having a big following shouldn't hold you back from launching your first offer. It is not always just about the numbers. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself. Why am I here teaching you this? Why me? Now, I spent the last decade in the health and wellness industry as a Pilates teacher, a health and well-being practitioner, a nutritional therapist, life and well-being coach. For the past 10 years, that's what I've been doing. And I loved it. And I supported so many women from one-to-one to group offers. But I didn't start like that. I started by running from a studio to another, barely making £50 an hour, really working myself to the ground to make a decent income, especially here in London. And I was always exhausted. And I remember myself thinking, surely there's another way to do this, right? And when I launched my first offer, and I remember sitting on my bed and scrolling through my PayPal feed and just seeing £29, £29, I was like, wow, okay, this is it. I need to understand what's happening here and how can I, repeat this process again. I have since then supported over 5,000 students throughout my Pilates and nutrition courses and dozens of women in a one-to-one containers. And while building my business, this business model that I had when I was a well-being practitioner, I trained a lot in marketing, a lot of marketing trainings to understand how to sell, how to offer. But ultimately, I learned by putting myself out there, launching offers, having flops, having incredible successes, and understanding what was working and what was not working. Up till last year, 2024, I still had a lot of offers. I had a membership, and my offers were ranging from £7 to £497, and my one-to-one was at 3,000 plus. So I have really served my clients, my community at different price points. And through this series, what I really want to do is give you the basic tools, the foundation to help you design an offer that will sell with ease, because that's what you need. You need an offer, a solid offer that will sell itself with ease like that. And I want to help you remove the overwhelm so that you have more space, more freedom to serve, to impact, and to earn more. Okay, so let's get into this. Up till a few months ago, I had 15,000 readers on my mailing list. And these were all my beloved Pilates lovers, nutrition, health and well-being, passionate people that wanted to feel healthier. And this is a community I have built over the past 10 years. And here on YouTube, I have another channel with over 400,000 people and also an Instagram channel. So these are a community I've built over the past 10 years. But as my work has evolved from being a well-being practitioner to mentoring well-being practitioners now so that they can create income and success the way I have experienced it, I had to unfortunately say goodbye. I had to let go. It was a little bit painful and very scary because if I want to be completely honest with you, your mailing list is where you make money. Okay? Your mailing list is where you make money. This is where people are really listening to you. They're tuning into what you're doing. They are very receptive. They have allowed you to come into their laptop, their world. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just the scrolling through. They're like a bit of a fan. They're scrolling through on YouTube, or you're real people that really want to be served by you, that really love your work, are on your mailing list. And if you don't have a mailing list yet, start today. Okay? And so saying bye to 15,000 people was really, really hard, but I knew that I wasn't serving them anymore. So there was no point of keeping them there. So I reduced my mailing list over the past 6 months from 15,000 to 200. Oh no, actually, I think 120 at first. And then I built it up back again to about 300 right now. And I did that to clear the space physically, but also energetically, And after clearing my list, I started fresh with a fresh new opt-in, a new training that I know will talk to the people that I'm now serving, which are well-being practitioner. And that opt-in is how to create a profitable group offer. So really in line with what I teach and what I want to support my people, so you with. I also have a couple of other opt-ins, how to build your well-being business. And I launched it, and that helped me take my list from 120 to 280 people with no ads. But now here's the thing, and here's what I hear a lot with my mentees, and something I used to think as well: the bigger the list, the more money you make. But there's a caveat to this. The bigger the list, the more money you make if you know how to sell, right? This doesn't mean that you're not going to sell if you only have 280 people on your list. As my list was growing, it got to about 200, 250, I launched a very small offer, £9, right? I launched it because I wanted to be clear on who again is in my community, is on my mailing list. What do they need? So I launched this £9 offer, and I sold about 10 of it, right? Not bad, not big, but it's an extra £100. Nobody's mad at it. I'm never mad at money. Extra money is always make me smile, even a pound. I'm always grateful for it, right? So I was doing that to gather some data and see at what stage, right, where the well-being practitioners in my mailing list, in my community, were they still deciding how to build their offer, where they're already building it. So that really helped me. And I understood with that, okay, this is not the offer they need. And £9 took me half a day it was just a really easy one to put together. So from a list of 200 people, I make £100, but I also have signed 2 clients from my list, 2 clients, 2, at a high ticket level, right? At a 1-to-1. And that all of a sudden is, my list is making me more than £8,000 because I know how to talk to the people on my list. I nurture them. Do I need more people? Yes, eventually I'm going to need more people because I want to sell group offers. But at the moment, if I just want to sell 10 to 15 group offers and I'm focusing on 1-to-1, this is good. It will grow with time. But if you're thinking, okay, I want volume, I want to sell 200, 300 offers, yes, you're going to need more people. Of course, you need volume. But just remember that it's not because you're following your mailing list, whether your following is on Instagram or YouTube, is small, that you can't build an offer and start selling. It's about building an offer that is super clear and in the transformation and know how to sell. So it doesn't feel salesy. So it's like, hey, I have this thing for you. I know this is what you struggle with. I have the solution to your problem, right? Now, I want to share with you what you need to do now. Number 1 is you want to focus on building your community. You want to be specific with who you're serving and call them in with what we call a lead magnet, an opt-in, a freebie. It can also be a low-cost offer. And that will give them a sense of how you work, who you are. So again, mine is how to create a profitable group offer. When I used to teach Pilates, I had things like a quick 5 minutes to release back pain in the morning, right? So you want to think about something so specific that they might not get for free online, something that is really valuable, something that really give them results, give them a quick win. You don't give everything, but you find something that'll give them a quick win. Make sure it is linked to what you are offering, right? Again, how to create a profitable group offer or how to build your well-being business is what I teach. This is what I do. So of course, my opt-ins are going to be around that. But as I evolve, I will see more issues, more patterns, and I might be able to pull them in not only to create content, but also to create powerful opt-ins to pull my people in, the people that I really know that I can get them the result. I can get them to make that £1,000 online right away, right now. And I want to be specific with those people. I want to pull them in with the right thing. So I need to get to know them. So focus on building your community first thing first. Use a freebie to do that. Make sure the freebie is aligned. Number two, connect. Once you start building with that community, you want to connect with them as often as possible. And I'm not saying connect as in just send an email and that's it. I personally love to do, sometimes I'll DM, but I love to offer every now and then 30 minutes clarity sessions where I get to put my eyes on their business, see what's happening, what's missing, give them some tips. And what this does for me is that I get to see where they are. What are they struggling with? What's happening? And I get to create content, courses, program, opt-ins to support that. So connecting with your community as often as possible, I think is really important, especially at the beginning stage when you're still gathering data. And beginning stage can be 2-3 years, or it can be just the 6 months. It really depends. Or it can just be when you're about to create something and you want to get more data. Go and talk. Even when I was doing life and wellbeing coaching, I always went and chatted with my community. I always offered calls just to get to know them better, because the better I know them, the better I can serve them and take note of their challenges. What words are they using? Oh my God, I've spent 2 hours on Canva designing this offer and I didn't sell it, or designing this post and nobody's looking at it. And that's where they're spending. I know that's where you spend your time on. Too many hours on Canva, too many hours on things that are not moving you forward. How do I know that? Because you told me, and because I've also been there, right? Instead of what is going to make me move the needle today, make more money, sell the offer. That is not a lot of hours on Canva, right? So I know this. So spend the time, think about your dream clients. If you already have her in your world, have coffee with her, DM her. Hey, how are you? I'm just checking in. Like, us humans, especially I think today in 2025 with AI technology, we want to feel connected. We want the connection. Like, I don't want to talk to laptops, computers. Like, I want you to see me. I want to see you. I want us to be friends. I'm here to support you. So be human. We're in a human business, especially in the well-being world. You are in a human business. Create connection, realness. Let it be imperfect. Let it be human. Let it be love. Okay. Number 3 is to get clear, crystal clear. Clarity will always lead you to success. Let me tell you that again. Clarity will always lead you to success, right? It's not about being like, oh, my client is 23. She has 6 children. She lives here. 23, 6 children. That's a weird example, but you get it. It's not that kind of specificity. Be specific on the challenges they have. Crystal clear. Who are you supporting? I support well-being practitioners that want to build group programs online. This is who I want to work with. That's my dream client. Does that mean I say no to other people? No. I have right now an accountant. I have a couple of ladies in my one-to-one containers that are not creating group programs yet. But my dream client, the person I'm talking to, is that person, because that's who I want to work with. So for you, it might not be as clear, because say you're a Pilates teacher and you're like, who am I talking to? But when you start, you're talking to kind of everybody. But think about your method. What is different in the way you teach, you approach, you thought? That then becomes what you offer. And when you start creating your first program, that needs to be specific. If your audience is not specific, that needs to be specific. Not everything can be broad. Your audience, your offers, everything is for everybody. Nobody gets seen, right? So something will have to be specific. So for me, it is, I believe, important to be clear on who we are supporting. My Pilates, one of my mentees, she's a Pilates teacher, and she has autoimmune, and she really believes in workouts that strengthen you, not that like get you to be so exhausted and so tired. So her workouts are slightly slower, but they're so powerful. So the angle, the messaging, the way we're crystal clear. We're speaking to the woman that believes that workout should be nourishing, not depleting. That woman is of a certain age. She feels a certain way about heat and blah, blah, blah. So you see how it's getting clearer? It's not necessarily super niche, but because of the angle, we get to know who she's speaking with, right? So get clear, crystal clear on who you're supporting or what your angle is. Woo! I'm passionate about this. Can you tell? All right, that's it for this second episode. The conclusion is, please don't wait to grow your audience to sell your offers. You can create your offer now, even if you have just 100 people. If you know that those 100 people form a community, i.e. they have a common thread, find out what their issue is, their challenges, and start offering what you have, that solution to their challenge. Okay. I started creating my Pilates programs with a teeny audience, right? Like a really small audience, and I didn't know what was going to happen. My first offer was £29, and I remember I sold 100. I thought I'll sell 10, and I was like, damn, what's happening here? And I remember that feeling, like I was ecstatic. I was on my bed I remember thinking, is this illegal? Someone going to come and tell me you can't make £3,000 in a week just like that by scrolling on your bed, and because you created something and you just can keep selling it for like 5, 6, 7, 10 years, but it is legal, and I'm about to teach you how to do that for yourself. So that was a portal. That was an incredible portal that I opened for income. That was 5 years ago. And since, I've launched over 12 programs across Pilates and nutrition. And what I know for sure is the key thing is to be clear on what we're offering and who to, and what the transformation is. That's it. If you don't want to niche yourself, just be clear on those things. That one offer, who is it for, what it is going to do for them. That's it. It's not always about your audience number. Of course, you need someone to sell it to, but your audience will grow. You will learn. So don't hold back, create, put it out there. Now that you have that foundation, and that is clear, I have 2 ways I can support you. Number 1, you've got my training, how to build a profitable group offer that sells with ease. You have another masterclass that is called How to Grow Your Wellbeing Business. And in that one, I really hammer it down on 3 things you need to get started and you need to do constantly to really see progress. So download them, they're free, they're in the show notes, in the link in the bio. Again, you don't need more followers. You need a format that fits your energy and where you are, and a message that makes sense to people you want to serve the most. Thank you so much for being here. Give me some comments if you're watching this on YouTube. Let me know. Again, this is a new channel, so your support will be so much appreciated. A like, a follow, a subscribe, a share. I'll take it all. And if you're on the podcast, thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. So much love. I'll see you in the next class.